Seoul, Jamshil bus stop. Got it, boss. Don't worry. The bus is arriving soon, so I should be able to reach the meeting place on time. This meeting is a major one, so please don't fail. Of course you don't have to worry about it. You, don't say that. And could that be? Is this real? It's an outbreak. Everyone, run. A situation where a dimensional door opens and connects to a different dimension, which results in monsters invading the real world. Someone, quickly report this. Who has the time for that? I need to get away from here. Kid, stop crying and hold onto my hand. It's too late. I'm done for. What's this? It doesn't hurt. Are you two okay? You'll be fine now. The ones who take care of the monsters that appear from the dimensional door. The ones who are chosen by Deus, they're awakened. We've arrived, so you can rest easy. Hey! Park Do-hyuk. Didn't I tell you that it was a very important meeting? Didn't I? But you come back here without even making the deal. If an outbreak happened, you should have run away and gone to the promised meeting place. Yes, that's right. What happened to Park Do-hyuk? Unfortunately, he was at an outbreak site on his way to the meeting. This is your last chance. If you fail this time, I'm going to fire your ass. Get the contract signed and report back by this evening. Yes, sir. Isn't the bitchy boss being too harsh? How am I supposed to predict an outbreak and avoid it? I wanna make some money so that he can also become an awakened. I know, right? Even if you're doing well, once you make a mistake it becomes a huge deal. Are you saying that shit again? Just give up already. Wouldn't it be great if I did? It would be even greater if I become an awakened from the game I like. It's the one thing I have confidence in. Hey! Don't spout nonsense. Do you think something like that is possible? I guess you're right. I'm just talking rubbish after getting my ass handed to me by the boss. Isn't that bus over there the one you have to take? I'm gonna leave right away. See you tomorrow? Alright, you gotta succeed this time, no matter what. See ya. 6 p.m. How far did I come just to get this contract signed? There's no way that bastard of a boss will let me off twice. I will get this contract signed, no matter what. An earthquake. No, this is. Twice in a row today, isn't this a bit too much? You there? Take cover over here quickly. Those are files that are as important as my life. What are you doing? Quickly. With this much, it should hold them for a while. Their awakened will be here soon. There's quite a few of them. Since they are just goblins, their numbers don't matter. I should be able to make some money with these many goblins here. Over here. You goblin bastard. Will be the ones who'll be facing you. E rank, Fireball, Kim Chul-jun. Let's go. As expected. Their awakened are so cool. This is awesome. Where did my file go? Hey mister. We're still cleaning up, so don't come out yet. I'm sorry. I have some urgent business to attend, so. Is this what you're looking for? Yes, that's mine. Thank you. No worries. It's natural for us, they're awakened, to help the weak. Among the ones with the power given by Deus, it's none other than me who has been chosen to bring justice to reality. Seems like the leader is boasting again. How about it? You wanna bet how long the leader goes on for this time? Quickly, get out of their way. I want to but. Due to that cry just now, my body is frozen. Run away as soon as you're able to move your body. As for the people who can move, help me out here. Leader, I'll buy you some time until you can run away. The leader was beaten in the blink of an eye. We can't do this with our strength. Run. Is my life going to be over just like this? Without being able to accomplish anything? I don't want to die. What's this? I'm getting awakened now? Get away quickly. Shift control of the main mass in a short time due to perceived danger. Magic sewing machine. What the hell? Wasn't that guy a normal human being? From the way he dodged that attack, it looks like he's awakened. How in the world did he awaken to the level of being able to use that kind of power? How do you know? Burning hands. Shield enchanted weapon. Elimination of danger source confirmed. Control of body and skills regained. Oh no. No way. Dual awakening? No. Maybe more than that. The tutorial is over. From now on, Park Do-Huk will be the awakened one. 20 years ago. An unnamed tower can be seen in capital letters all over the world. This tower is made of a substance that does not exist in this world. In it lived a transcendent being called Deus. However, it was sealed by the respective governments. As rumors of the tower spread, large-scale outbreaks began to occur around the world. To stop them, countless awakened people, chosen by Deus, appeared. You have awakened. I, Park Do-Hyuk, was also reborn as an awakened person. Every time I see it, I realize that yesterday was not a dream. The elimination of the source of danger has been confirmed, and control of my body and skills has returned. What the hell? Why do I have this? I was about to die at the hands of a goblin warrior. Could it be? Is he still alive? That can't be. Have I truly awakened and vanquished it? Master, I have seen your wonderful magic. You have defeated the goblin. Pardon? What are you talking about? How can you be so humble when you're so good that others can't even compare? Master, it's all right to be so tame. That's not what I'm talking about. We should clean up around here, don't you think? There are even dead people. When you get called to an outbreak site, things like this are a daily occurrence. Are you saying that people dying is an everyday occurrence? Anyway, since our leader is dead, may I ask you to come with me? I am sure the Master will be able to carry us weak awakened people. These are the people who panicked and left me here when their leader died. You say this is normal? Something's wrong. Give me time to think first. Come with me. Please. Okay, stop right there. From now on, you follow Kumi's orders. She's already here? It can't be finished this fast. KBI's here. This is a relief. We'll solve the problem of the awakening system that emerged 20 years ago. The guild is looking for a way out. A company responsible for maintaining the safety of civilians and order among the awakened, that is the KBI, Organization for the Management of the Awakened. We came earlier than usual due to a high-ranked monster appearing from this outbreak. KBI Lee Yunsu. You, the two awakened over there, come here. Master? What do we do? What else can we do? We have to chase him. What shall we do? Do you have to ask me? Please apprehend them. Shall I apprehend that guy as well? Master. No. There's no reason to do that. I have a feeling we'll see him again. What do I do now? There's no way their boss will believe me if I told him that I failed to complete the deal due to an outbreak. I can't do anything about things that have already happened. First of all, I need to understand my abilities in order to survive as an awakened. I'm sure it said that it weighs her game ability. Seems like I don't need to say it. Nice, let's check it out. All stats at 5, charm at 3, physical and magic defense. I feel like I've seen this somewhere before. Right, this character setup. Isn't it the first character I made in the game I enjoyed? Definite. All 3 jobs came along with it, just like how it was indefinite. Even the dual awakened, who have 2 jobs, are such rare existences that guilds from all over the world would give a huge sum of money in order to rope them in. And you're telling me I'm a triple awakened? That's insane. Shut the fuck up. Sorry. However, going to a dungeon right away is too much for me right now. They say that a lot of awakened die as soon as they awaken, so I should raise my abilities to a certain amount. Is there a way for me to earn money without straining myself? A way to earn money without fighting? Right, among the mechanic skills there is the max LVL replication. Shall I test it out? Let's try it out on this cup. Noble and miraculous power, replicate this. Max LVL replication. The protagonist immediately began inventing with glass to see if he could reproduce it, and from one moment to the next to another glass appeared. His remaining hand, which was named glass because it was accurate. By his ability to replicate, he was able to improve the object as he climbed the higher up the ranks, the more objects could be became sought after. Since he was also granted the ability called the Divine Eye, which made it possible to something to get a relic, and he can tell you that with one relic one could become a millionaire. You can take the stats of all the relics of normal to Deus, the most important being he also explained that the object can make a relic out of glass, pencils, or anything else, so that the main character can old objects can be used. There was a store that collected only old things, but he often went in there and the old man asked him why he came here. The young man was not aware of coming here, he said to the old man. Since then, he wanted only old things. He began to see and collected them, among all the people, among all the people. He found 3 relics among them, and he immediately prepared to pay, and told the old man that he was a man who was looking for them in such a place they must not tell him now there were 2 battles. He immediately woke up and told Abel what was going on between them, and at this moment when they were about to collide. With his fist, the girl reappeared, who just shook her hand and sent her on her way. Her to tell her that she was going to be there. I continued to cut the would have to be sent to jail, so that the fight between the 2 aroused people was not allowed, but she realized that the protagonist was far away and she immediately asked to see them, and the others who were next to her thought that they would be fine. For some reason, the protagonist from the girl was called by the girl as beautiful, and then she handed them a briefcase of he had given her the hero. She had told him that she only wanted to return the favor to him. 111,000 told the protagonist that he was a good friend of hers. It didn't matter, and he didn't care what she told him that she was going to be there. He wanted her to awaken and go to the Los Lobos Negro clan. He told her that she was about to, but she did not want to take the test. Sit in her place, he said. It seemed to be very normal from the statistics, and everything was protecting him from normal to what the boy said. That he didn't care about being normal. She wanted to let him in, but suddenly told him that she did not want to. The only thing that is getting attention now is I asked the question, what is the place where he is a member of the Kenyan community? So, after that, the protagonist was able to recreate one of the relics he had found, but it was all a mistake, and it was at a high enough level of success rate was C, but he soon knew that it was a good idea, and he was ready to sell it. So it didn't seem to work out very well. At that point, the best he could do was to be able to keep selling so that he could continue to sell to buy, and he knew that E3 was going to go up. There is no way to sell like that. He thus began his search of the web. Awakened. The Return of the Awakened is a place where you can buy the awakened. Any relic, it seems, the girl had. I noticed that the exploded pen was curled up. She immediately said she wanted it. She was prepared to pay for all of the. I told my husband that it was a good idea. It appears that there was an enlightened person out there to find out what was going on. My husband replied that it had not happened a few years ago and he had never heard about it, but he had already told her. He had told her that he could not, so we sold the 3 relics. It was difficult to find the one that he was looking for, and even if he had so many relics. Her husband had to research all of this and told him that he would be the one to do this in the future. To investigate and see what kind of person he would then see the main character. The one who was practicing and running. If you don't keep it up, you're not going to resurrected as a magician. Nevertheless, as in the video game he could raise his status by continuing to run had already been given by the system. Wonderful ability called the Supreme Shield. It was the same shield that I had used and I had it in automatic mode, but now I had to learn how to use it. The boy who far away he immediately ran as soon as he saw the eye went to catch the eye was playing with a friend of mine and he didn't realize that there was a truck in the middle of the road. Place when he tried to warn the butt at that moment, the boy was already standing on the edge of a cliff. The hero gets into the truck using he was able to catch the boy, and with his shield ability, he was then be able to stop the truck. The hero then told him that there was no way he would be able to find the good people in it. He could die in the. It was at that moment that he asked the boy to take care of himself when he was playing with them. He had not heard of he just thought about it. Since he was the hero of the video game, he immediately asked to be equipped with but he could not fly right away. To do this, the system had been given a new ability by saving the game. He was happy to be able to save the system, and not to worry about it. Whenever he wanted, but more he asked the question, what is the best way to do this? Everyone who saw the mere old man knew his name. Were surprised to hear that he was a good friend of mine. All the reporters were to report that the incident, but the protagonist did not. He did not want to let he knew this, so he gave the boy his name, but told the boy to keep his name was a secret, and since it was his only secret, so the boy kept his own name, and then he was gone forever. He began to wonder why, when he heard he was not one of the saved. But the boy just told people not to be worried, and sooner or later he was going to save other people. That is, to see buy them a bracelet and a pen. Can give them power over the other person. The hero asked them if they had any money. He began to accept it after the arrival of the money as a way for him to say, "Thank you very much," and if he wants to make another product or something, it has to be a product. I told him thank you and told him that I had called that he was going to retire now. After that, the main character was ready to go, but after 2 days, he had already arrived from his trip. So now he was told that he was in the awakening zone, but in the present moment. I started to feel that energy again, but the problem was that he did not know where goblins come from. Because if they attacked him, he knew that he would get a hold of them and screw them right over. Many of them would say that they were going to kill him from behind. But someone started to tell him that the hero looked up, not knowing why, but he ended up saying that he had seen a different dimension. In no time at all, he had to dodge an arrow that was thrown at him, and after seeing it he had realized that the attacks had been seen in the game before, and were no more and no less. Several dwarfs have been known to say, "I can't play the game of Goblin," but had a net of weapons if they did. Could be carried out in the attack as soon as possible. But one of the girls called me and said stupid dwarf should attack. She threw her clothes and went and attacked everything with dwarfs, but the hero said, "Let's be careful," still the girl told him in the position. He didn't think she was talking about him. With nonsense, when he was about to attack him as soon as possible. Sound. Later, Lena had more of her dwarfs instead of being attacked with arrows. She was screwed. But at the moment the main character appeared, he activated his barrier, told him not to do the stunt. By the sight of this he thought that when he saw the person who was there was nothing wrong with that he was going to help her. But she said, "No more." The dwarf swung around, and as a result, the girl I was impressed with what she said. The Senkaku was very strong. But at this time moment the proter to use the ability had sent with Jesus, who said to the girl that it was better to withdraw. There were many, but at that moment the boss monster, who was paralyzed by the ability to fear, also appeared, and she said that she was unable to move, but the protagonist told her this. Asked her a question, "What do you want me to do?" I told him that this had already, she said that there had been one time, and that it never happened twice. Thought she was going to die. character supported her and told her, "If you can't move," and tried to move her with his body. Was taken to the girl afterwards because he thought it would be safer for her to told her to take a drink. However, prosthetic legs can be used under such circumstances. They would leave as soon as they arrived to another bus stop far away. He told the girl that it would be better for her to stay in such a place, and he was ready. Monster, but when he defeated it, the girl he told her to wait for the arrived, but soon he did not want to. He wanted to make the most of the experience and then that he would come to cut he defeated the monsters one after another, knowing that he could only use one ability and could not suffer. I began to use the inability called the Aura of Fear, which could use all the dwarfs at that moment. Would appear blurred and then they would see the shape of a dragon like those of the monsters. The monster attacked a monster that would have attacked having killed his own teammate. He set himself up there with his back to he said that people were aware of it was an opportunity, and afterwards he killed them all, using his fire ability. There were, but it was more difficult. He said that he had been told that it was so powerful that it shielded. He didn't know what kind of monster it, but the only thing he could think of was to kill him and do a lot of damage. But at this moment, the monster started to move. It was fighting back, so the main actor quickly began to attach his mana sword. He uses all his mana while preparing to strike the monster with the sword in its head. Despite this, the monster did not even know his mutated past because of it. He replied, "I am not a good person." He was so calm, but he was so calm that the monster did not even move his eyes, despite the fact that he had nailed it. There was nothing and there was any reason to wonder how that monster could so much power without having a brain, nothing. No body, so what happened? Could he continue to attack until he is reduced to ashes? But his power was not limited, so he could use it immediately. After that, all of the mana was used to keep the armor's heat, and another dwarf came out. He said he was going to go now. From the inside, the main actor was already in the process of killing was going to wake up, because he knew that the others were going to wake up and up so quickly. If they had to kill the armored dwarf, knew that if the others would wake up, it would not be a problem. Therefore, he was still very powerful because he was the hero. Continued to launch a series of attacks, and now he said that he was going to be the one to go after him, giving him a surprise attack to strike with multiple raises. The prostate was getting ready to stand up, and he was preparing to stab the sword into the monster or the monster. With an excellent attack, he then killed him. So after killing him, the Montreal, he thought he could now go home, and the woman arrived and was told that he had done a great job. He asked her when she was going to find out about he killed the monster. He gave her a reward. Was that he didn't even know about it, but that now he is earning $500 billion. That the prophets would be amazed. He also told us that he stayed for the world. According to some of his feat was reported in the press. At that time, she asked him if he want to be a rank adventurer. He told her, "You can do it right. All you have to do is enter your guild." The main character told her that the only thing that mattered to her in all of this was that she is looking for a quiet life and money right now. She already has. So she is also in it to the girl because she is in a place where she better solve the problem. Then the reporters found themselves in the Oharai. Then, who reported to their supervisors. Rank F rookie had killed Dwarf Wave, and he was told that it was impossible. He then explained all the techniques that he had seen the main character use, and he said this rookie would be fine for the guild. The girl told him that he had to adopt, but they would not do it. Give the girl's name. Lily was the current leader of the guild called Plum Blossom, so the girl would tell him to go quickly for the sake of this boy, no matter what method was used to bring him here. Other than Hat, he also used spells such as the multi-target and area of effect magic. For such a multi-talented F-rank awakened to exist, before their other guilds start to move, we have to recruit him first. By the way, Chun HWA, why did you come here after hearing that? Pardon? Of course, I was just reporting to you. If you knew that much, you should have ran to the scene and recruited him. We should scout him. It's an ability that you and I have never seen, right? That means he's irregular. Do you know how rare that is? That's why we should get him in our guild. I'm very sorry. I'll leave immediately. Time is of their essence. Leave now. Next news. In front of Shinenryu Street, an outbreak had occurred. It has become quite a big piece of news as a new F-rank awakened named Park Do-hyuk dispatched all the gnomes in one go. If we are to look at their interview with their awakened, Kim Lina, who was at the scene. What is it, babe? Are you having fun leaving all the work to your boyfriend and going out? You used to tell me to leave the recruiting to you. Also, how much do you want me to put down for the contract? Amount? Let's go with 3 billion. Is it really going to be okay with just that much for a unique awakened? Give me a bit more. 10 billion. However, make it so that he has to pass my guild test. Do we really have to do that? Whatever, okay. I'll put in the effort and make sure to get him. Just don't get swept by some guy and do your work properly. I don't know if the situation is amazing or just crazy. Seems like this just means that he has no plans on getting contracted. Isn't this guy insane? How good could his ability be if he's acting like this? Isn't that the White Lotus Vice Guild Master? South Korea's #1 guild. That Min Sun Yul is also here to scout him. Why are there so many fruit flies here? Should we leave? It seems like he doesn't want to enter any of the guilds anyways. Has he already been in talks with the White Lotus Guild? It's hard to just maintain a guild, but it seems like you came out here. You need to be as capable as US, the White Lotus Guild, if you want to recruit an irregular. 100 billion won. For anyone considering an offer below this amount, please leave. 100 billion. What do you think of this amount, Hoon? Don't say my name. It makes me sick. What kind of guild in this world would invest 100 billion won for an F-ranked awakened who can spell cast anyways? It's not just any kind of spell casting, it's irregular. Have you ever seen an awakened who uses spell casting? I haven't. However, this amount is insane. That bastard will never get this amount of money. I wonder. I'm sure Park Do-hyuk is just looking for a place that will recognize his value. I'm leaving for today, but I'll meet you next time with a better offer. Did they finally leave? It's pretty surreal that so many people would come to try and recruit me. There's probably going to be many situations where I have to sacrifice myself for the guild. But there's no reason for me to join a guild for money right now, since I'll lose my freedom. What I need right now is power and growth. If the information that I've been researching are right, I should be able to grow my abilities. Shall I do this according to plan? 5 days later. I have finally arrived. With the relics that I have found after 5 days, I also have the new defensive suit from Shinin-Ryu Street. I even invested 500 million on this armor vehicle. My stats have increased greatly compared to 5 days ago. With this much, I'm practically done with the preparations. You have been confirmed as a new member. You may now enter. Open the gates. Shall I try this out?